Well, I spent $2,000 here one day and didn't buy an ounce of gasoline.
Buckle up, buckaroos. Beavers and bathrooms are just some of the things you need to know before you visit Buc-ee's.
I'm coming for you, Buc-ee!
A gas station on steroids.
Now just put it back in the pump.
They say everything's bigger in Texas, and when it's time to fuel up your car and your stomach on a road trip, Buc-ee's takes the Texas-sized cake. A roadside staple in many southern states, Buc-ee's takes pit stops to new, massive heights when it comes to the necessities like fueling stations, washrooms, snacks, and foodstuffs, and even tacky tourist souvenirs. This gas giant opened its first location in 1982, making it a relatively new addition to the gas station scene compared to other long-time industry standards. Buc-ee's is the brainchild of founder Arch Alpin, who opened the first location in the town of Lake Jackson, Texas, and immediately clung to a bigger is better strategy by making that first store stretch out to cover 3,000 square feet, a full 400 square feet larger than the average convenience store floor space in America today. Arch doubled down when he doubled up 3 years later and made the second location a sprawling 6,000 square feet. The second store didn't just up the size, it also upped the service, adding to the typical roadside convenience store fare of drinks and snacks with an on-site kitchen that served tacos, wraps, breakfasts, and desserts, all of which are part of the standard Buc-ee's experience today. The Buc-ee's mentality is definitely go big or go home, and for anyone on the road away from home, why not go big at Buc-ee's?
Ride, mighty stallion, ride!
The face of the franchise.
Why does our mascot look like if Gomer Pyle was a beaver?
The unmistakable Buc-ee's Beaver is the front and center mascot of Buc-ee's behemoth stores, and for a cartoonish little guy, his presence takes up a large amount of space, both inside and outside of each location. A series of bronze statues of the buck-toothed mascot are set out in front of over 30 Buc-ee's locations, and are a popular selfie spot for travelers of all ages.
I feel like he's earned a selfie.
The signage and statues on the exterior of the locations, however, pale in comparison to the amount of branded Beaver merchandise that's found stockpiled on the inside. If it exists, Buc-ee's will plaster the logo on it and sell it to you unabashedly. If you're on a road trip to the beach, grab some tank tops, swimwear, hats, and flip-flops. If your travels are taking you to the great outdoors, you can grab camping gear with Buc-ee's logo and colors, like a cabana tent. Pack your picnic with Buc-ee's mugs, wine glasses, tumblers, koozies, and coolers. For the little ones, there are onesies, rubber duckies, and stuffies, and dog toys for your furry four-legged friends. It's a good thing the mascot is cute, or his face might get annoying after a while.
Nice beaver.
Large and in charge.
Let's just say I'm the boss.
We all know the feeling of waiting in a long line when we need to get somewhere, whether it's at the gas pump, the restroom, or the cash register. So for road trippers on a schedule, Buc-ee's eliminated the problem by making sure there's enough of everything to go around. It was November of 2022 when they opened up an Alabama location that clocked in at over 53,000 square feet, which is almost the same square footage as an NFL football field. But a decade before that, in 2012, Buc-ee's set the standard for size when it opened its then-largest travel center. It's located on Interstate 25 in Texas and would be hard to miss no matter how fast that highway traffic is going by. The flagship foodstuff stop was recognized as the largest convenience store in the world, registered at a ridiculous 68,000 square feet. That's nearly double the U.S. average for the size of a supermarket. The store makes sure everybody has everything they need with a borderline excessive amount of amenities, including 1,000 parking spaces, 60 gas pumps with 2 fueling spaces each, 80 soda fountains, 64 freezers of ice, and 31 cash registers so you can easily pay for all that stuff. Oddly enough, the only big thing that this Buc-ee's and all Buc-ee's locations doesn't have is semi-trucks. 18-wheelers with or without trailers of cargo are strictly prohibited, citing that their cumbersome size and time-consuming lack of speed would interfere with the efficient customer service that Buc-ee's put so much time and literal space into providing. Until the day that Buc-ee's builds a convoy-sized travel center, the big rigs will just have to keep on trucking.
It's time to grow myself large and wide.
If you had to race an ostrich or hit that subscribe button to become an official BabbleTopper, which would you choose? So go ahead and smash it. Thanks. A world record wash.
If you're around, maybe we could wash your car.
I got some Mexicans that already do it for nothing.
Since Buc-ee's believes that size matters, it only makes sense they'd take the same approach when it comes to suds, as in that soapy car wash you're gonna need after all those long hours on the road. For those bugged-out travelers with too many bugs on the windshield, there are nearly 57,000 car wash and auto detailing businesses all across the USA, of which a total of 5,400 are in Texas alone. But when visiting one of the 5 Texas Buc-ee's locations that offer car wash service, only one lives up to the over-the-top Buc-ee's reputation.
All right, let's do this.
The store in Katy, Texas finds itself home to a drive-through car wash that is 255 feet long from end to end, which is almost 100 feet wider than a football field and a little over 100 feet shorter than the length of one. In 2017, it was officially certified by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest car wash. A full car wash takes about 5 minutes to get through the whole thing, and its length allows for up to 16 cars to go through at the same time. It's like Buc-ee's seemingly refuses to put a maximum on anything when it comes to the customer experience.
You wash, I'll dry.
Bathrooms that can't be beat.
Where you at? In the bathroom!
The lifelong memories that can be created on a cross-country trek are usually positive, but they can be soured pretty quickly by the enemy of all asphalt adventures, the nightmarishly unclean truck stop bathroom. Buc-ee's has shaken that reputation, as is their forte, by going above and beyond to create the country's best bathrooms. No, really, that ginormous Buc-ee's store in New Braunfels, Texas, was named the best restroom in America by a nationwide survey in 2012, and it's a standard the entire chain has kept up over a decade later. Large sinks and mirrors, hand sanitizer dispensers, extra stall space, and motion-activated hand dryers, sinks, and toilets are all kept ship-shape by a dedicated round-the-clock janitorial staff. The secret might be in having enough actual bathrooms that most of them stay clean most of the time, like in the New Braunfels location that has 83 toilets. Or take Buc-ee's new largest location in Sevierville, Tennessee, which has 74,000 square feet and enough room for its 71 porcelain perches. The chain's largest stop yet broke ground in Luling, Texas in November 2022, and you might have to open your calculator app to figure out how many toilets that one's gonna have. When you gotta go, you gotta go. So on your next road trip, make sure you go out of your way to go to Buc-ee's.
Ladies, I think I gotta go to the bathroom.
The Texas Roundup.
I live in northern Mexico, a place called Houston, Texas.
Buc-ee's colossal-sized convenience is all well and good, but we all know the most important part of any road trip is the food. Whether it's a roadside burger, a cold beverage in the cup holder, or a glove compartment full of snacks, you gotta have munchies when making those miles. The best place to feed your highway hunger is at the Texas Roundup counter, the evolution of the food counter from Buc-ee's early days that slings all kinds of food, from chili cheese fries to fried chicken to tacos and hot dogs.
Those are hot dogs, right?
The big attraction, though, is the sandwiches, available in made-to-order style or from grab-and-go bins for those in a hurry to get back on the open road. Popular sellers include the Pastrami Reuben and the Signature Club. The headliner and bestseller is the chopped brisket, which features beef brisket that is smoked in-house and hand-sliced, then smothered with barbecue sauce and piled on a soft white bun. No matter which you choose, these savory sandwiches are worth stopping for, fueling up the body for that next stretch of the journey.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
Delectable Desserts.
Chocolate cake that's infused with chocolate, served with chocolate ice cream and a molten chocolate topping.
The road trip tradition of stopping for ice cream is one we all love, and it's even more necessary in the hot Texas heat. But really, any kind of sweet treat is appropriate for a road trip, and Buc-ee's provides a bakery counter for that. In addition to all the bread baking required for the Texas Roundup sandwich station, Buc-ee's whips up all kinds of delights to satisfy your sweet tooth. But the most requested item is Buc-ee's freshly made fantastic fudge that comes in an almost overwhelming variety of flavors. The classics are all here, like chocolate, peanut butter, and M&Ms. And those reliable standbys are accompanied by more adventurous tastes, including tiger butter, birthday cake, red velvet, and key lime pie. If you can't pick just one to try, Buc-ee's offers a fudge variety pack that includes 24 random selections that'll give you a little bit of everything from the store that has just about everything.
Sweet candy!
Bring on the beef.
People used to ask,
Where's the beef?
Sandwiches and sweets are a staple when it comes to on-the-go foods, but the undisputed champion of beating up highway hunger might just be beef jerky. And Buc-ee's does beef jerky like it does everything else. Big time. Stores have an entire deli-style counter dedicated specifically to its many varieties of fresh beef jerky. And depending on the location, it could be big enough to stretch up to 20 feet of counter filled with delicious dried meat. The whole thing almost functions like a butcher shop for beef jerky, where you can order the exact weight and type you'd like, and the staff will hand wrap it in layers of butcher paper before they seal it with a bright yellow Buc-ee sticker indicating the weight and flavor that you chose.
2,000 years on the other side of the universe, and beef jerky survives.
For those who don't have time for that extra touch, they can skip the counter and head for the jerky wall that's filled top to bottom with prepackaged grab-and-go bags for when you're in a rush to get back on the road but still need your jerky fix. Whichever way you choose, it comes in a wide variety of textures, tastes, and types. There's a traditional thinner and flatter cut alongside the hill country style that packs more chew and chunk, as well as dried sausage sticks. There's even a turkey jerky alternative to the beef-based kind. And the whole bunch is available in up to 20 different flavors, so you might need some extra space in the trunk if you're gonna try every single one.
Beef jerky time.
Nosh On Nuggets.
Then eat your nuggets!
Buc-ee's also carries all of the run-of-the-mill munchies everybody loves, with a wide assortment of chips, candy bars, pretzels, both with and without chocolate dip, popcorn, and coolers and soda fountains filled with drinks to keep you hydrated when it's snack time. Aside from the usual convenience store stuff, maybe the most unique snack offering exclusive only to Buc-ee's is its renowned Beaver Nuggets. Of all the options available in the wide world of Buc-ee's, Beaver Nuggets are the #1 bestseller. Coated in brown sugar and caramel, these corn-based balls provide a textural combination of crunch and puff with a taste combination of sweet and salty. Aside from the original flavor, Beaver Nuggets also come in milk chocolate, cinnamon sweet, and sea salted caramel. The sweet element is evolving even further with a dessert called Beaver Twists, featuring the nuggets in curl shapes and covered in white fudge coating from the bakery counter. There's also a more salty and savory line called Beaver Nuggies that comes in white cheddar habanero, original white cheddar, and bold and spicy. No matter your preference, you can't say no to these poppable snack pieces.
So many snacks, so little time.
Kolaches.
Or a croissant?
Croissant. Croissant. Croissant.
It might take a few tries to properly pronounce the Kolache name, but it'll be even harder to say with a mouthful of this unique Texas treat. These pigs-in-a-blanket-style pastries trace their history back to former Czechoslovakia and found their way to the American South through generations of Czech immigrants. Original recipe kolaches are a traditional pastry filled with different kinds of fruit jelly. Buc-ee's keeps this style alive with flavors like apple, cherry, and pecan pie. But the hottest ticket in town is the jalapeno kolache. Made with light and fluffy dough fresh from the Buc-ee's bakery counter, the pastry crust surrounds a hearty sausage with an accompaniment of spicy jalapenos and melted cheddar. Shakespeare said that a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet, and even with a tricky name, kolaches will always be satisfying.
Why don't we call it a mulligan? We'll all have a little powwow, and then we can call an Uber.
We're always open, so tap or click for another great video. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.